Hey YouTube, it's Luke here. Today I wanted to review a product for you. I'm currently using this thing and I love it to death. I just got what's called the Kreg Jig, okay? It's spelled K-R-E-G. You can find this at any of your home improvement stores. I got mine at Lowe's. If you have never used one of these, it's basically a pocket hole screw jig kit to help you drill and screw pocket hole screws, which is awesome. So I'm here in my garage and I've been working on this dresser that I'm building for my wife. And I've waited a couple weeks because I didn't want to spend the money on this Kreg Jig, but I just kind of coughed it up a couple days ago, and I'm glad I did, so I want to tell you about it. I bought this Kreg Jig. It's the R3 kit. It comes with everything you need except for a clamp. It even comes with some starter screws and things like that. It's $39 for that. And then you have to buy a clamp on top of it. You could probably use any C-clamp. The Kreg Jig clamp is really nice though. That's another $20. So you figure you got 60 bucks in all this, plus some pocket hole screws. It's a really great set, and it makes doing these pocket hole screws really easy. So I want to show you how it works so you understand before you go out and buy it. But I got to tell you, I highly recommend it already. So in this Kreg Jig set, what you get is the actual Kreg Jig. This is their proprietary jig. You do get a special pocket hole drill bit with a collar for special depths, and you get a driver bit. Now I bought an extra shorter bit as well as a second longer bit. The bits are really cheap. It does come with an instruction manual, so it'll show you how to use it, as well as an Allen wrench for setting the depth on the collar on the drill bit right here. Now this depth will change based on your material thickness and your screw length. So I'm going to show you how this works real quick. You take your clamp. Now the Kreg clamp has two different size circles on each side of the C-clamp. One is smaller, one is larger. The larger one clips into this Kreg Jig and it holds that jig in there, which seems kind of dumb, but it's actually extremely nice because when you're working with your wood piece with one hand, you can just swing this around. You can see how easy that is. Swing that around and clamp it right here. Okay, so now your Kreg Jig is clamped to your wood. Now here's the thing. Some people think that because this Kreg Jig has these two screw holes right next to each other, you have to drill holes in the center of the piece right next to each other. Well, my piece is a little wider, so I want my pocket hole screws to be a little further apart to help support that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to shift this jig over closer, about 1/8 of an inch off of that right side of my workpiece. Okay. And here's the other thing I love. All the Kreg Jig stuff comes with these quick 1/4 inch hex connections, so I just stick it in my drill. All you do is you take this bit. I have my collar set for a 5/8 material thickness. You also have to set the jig to a 5/8 thickness. You can see it right on the back side of there. So you take this, slide it down in. When it stops, drill your pocket hole, move your clamp, same distance from the other side. It's real easy to do. And then I'm going to drill in the left hole. And as you can see, that made two perfect pocket holes right down in there. Then I'm going to get some of my pocket hole screws and run them in. But first, I want to do two more on the other side. And it's that easy. So now, once you have your pocket holes drilled into your workpiece, you can go ahead and put the screws in. So there's a way that I'm doing this. There's many different ways to do this. It's a number 2 square drive bit. So again, comes with that hex quick connect. I just stick that right in my drill. And what I like to do is I just put a little bead of glue right on the bottom of my workpiece. Not too much, just enough to help it stick. I'm going to set that centered where I want it. Make sure you mark your center so that you know ahead of time. Then I take a clamp, and I take this clamp and I use it to hold my workpiece right to the base material. Okay? So then all you do is take your these are 1 1/4 screws. This is good for 5/8 material. You take those. I have my drill set pretty light. I set it to a number 2 setting on the clutch so that I don't strip this out. This is pine. And it's as easy as that. I have a perfect pocket hole screw. You can see how strong this is. I'm going to do a bunch of these all the way around, and that's what will hold my two frames together. So again, the Kreg R3 pocket hole jig. Really great unit. I don't know how it's going to hold up over the long term, but I've used it for quite a few already. Seems like it's built really well, great construction. Really quick and easy to make these, and they come out perfect every time, which is really cool. So if you have any questions or comments, leave them below. I'll be happy to answer them for you. If you get a second, please hit subscribe on my channel. That always helps me out. But I hope you guys have a great day, and enjoy the Kreg Jig.